who's going to say what, but we had one guy one kid who would just never stop. He was go, 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 go all the time. So our award for the most energetic this year was, of course, Brian Morales. Okay. The next, this is a good one. So last week in one of our games, I think it was, I don't remember which game it was. It was a while back though. We had one kid who, all the time, he would fall down because he'd be running at the ball so hard, and somebody would come up and push him down, or he'd be running again, and he'd get tripped. And in one little quarter, we had 10-minute quarters. This person fell down 6 times, but every time he'd jump right back up and keep on running. So the award for the most hardcore was Santos. So. Okay, our next one is going to be for the person who is most improved. So this person, if you guys remember, for our first several practices and even our first game or two, he wouldn't even get up. He just stayed on the sidelines. He didn't want to talk to me. He didn't want to talk to Coach Kareem. He didn't want to talk to anybody except for Mom and Dad. That was pretty much it. Well, then I pretty quickly found out that on one game, all of a sudden, the light turned on and he was ready to play. And he played the whole game. I mean, he was just super ready. And I talked to his mom. I said, Mom, what did you do different? And she said, I told him he could go to McDonald's if he played a game. So for our most improved player is Edgar. All right. Okay, so for our next one, we'll go ahead and do one of the girls now. Now, for our girls, for obviously Avery, Sarah, and Jocelyn, I had a really hard time because each one of them were obviously super quick friends. I can't count the number of times that I would look out on the field and 2 of them would be holding hands, and I would say, no, we're not holding hands right now. We're playing soccer. But every time I'd look up, and sure they were all holding hands. So I wasn't sure who should win the best hand holder or the best friend. So I decided to scratch those because they all tied for first. So this person, what I loved about her is that, just as all of our girls, she wasn't the most focused as anybody. But what I loved about her is every time I would look up from the field and she wasn't holding someone's hand, I would look at her and she would always go by the back of the goal. And of course, there's the pole along the bottom of the back. And she would literally be there walking, just balancing right along the pole. Over in every single game, like our last game, she was there. Like the ball went out of bounds, she ran over to the pole and just started balancing. So for our best balancing act is going to be Sarah, of course. Here you go, princess. Good job, man. Okay. Next one is going to be the one for best ball control. I remember this was our very first practice. This one was pretty easy right from the start because I set some cones out around the circle so we could do one of our dribbling drills. And this was probably 15 minutes before practice had even started. And this is my first time to coach. It was Avery's first time to play. And it was funny because we saw one kid who got there early and he got out, went around the cones, and he was dribbling in and out. And I looked at Kristen and I thought, we're in trouble. We are not in the right league. Because he was just he was just perfect weaving in and out. And anyways, and he just got better as it went on. It always amazed me how good of ball control he had. So of course, this year for best ball control is Angel Dial. There you go, buddy. Yeah, I go. I won the trophy. Okay, so our next guy. This again pertains, I guess, to our very first game as well. I got a call probably about 30 minutes before the first practice had even started, and it was another coach of the team, and he said, "Hey, are you guys practicing today?" I said, "Yeah, our practice starts in about 30 minutes." He said, "Okay, you've got a player that's here that's ready to play." So I got to the field, and he was super excited. He said, "When are we going to play? When are we going to play? When are we going to play?" And every time he would come up, "Do we have a game this week? What time's our game?" So he was always definitely our most excited to play. He was so excited about playing every day. So that one, of course, goes to Omar for the most excited. so next, we'll go back with the girl real quick. So on this one, you know, as you guys saw during practice, we often played sharks and minnows, right? And as we started progressing, I told them, okay, you've got to learn to shield the ball. So when somebody comes to you, you turn your bum in front of them, and you just shield it, right? And some of them did better than others, of course, but this one particular girl, she just understood that all she had to do was go into a corner. She was just going to sit in the corner and sit with the ball between her legs. So she didn't bother shielding. She just put it right in between her legs and just trapped it there. And she just sat there the whole time. And at the end, after the shark had finished chasing everyone else around, she was naturally the only one left standing a couple times. So our best ball shielder is going to go to Avery. All right. I don't know, maybe soon. Okay, so our next one, we got a few more. Our next one was one of my favorite awards, I guess, because this guy, well, obviously his dad taught him about defending the goal. He said, okay, remember when the other team is coming, make sure you defend our goal. And he caught that really early on from an early practice. And so he ran back to the goal and he made sure he was going to defend his goal. So no matter what, he was protecting his goal, so much so that he went into the goal and just sat there and waited for him. Well, then when one of the games came around, his dad said again, make sure you defend your goal. So this kid's first thing, he ran back into the goal and he just sat there. So as they come, they kick the ball towards him and he just kick it out every single time. So much so that the coach said to me, or he said, they kept yelling at me, they said, hey, you can't have a goalie, you can't have a goalie. And I said, we don't have a goalie, he's just playing defense. He just sat in the goal and just kicked it out every time. So our best goalie in a non-goalie league, of course, goes to Freddie J. All right. Boy.
Good job.
Well done, Freddie.
How do you say?
You're welcome, buddy boy. Okay. You're welcome, bud. Okay, so the next one, I loved watching this person play because I would try and tell the kids the importance of talking out there, you know, and calling each other's names and stuff like that. Well, this person in particular was very, very good. Every time the ball went out, she would just run away and say, pass it to me, pass it to me, pass it to me. So our best communicator, naturally as a girl, is going to be Jocelyn Morales. Yeah.
She's a great job.
Yeah.
Good job, Jocelyn.
Well done, Jocelyn.
Good job. You're welcome. Okay, so our last one, of course you guys can see, you guys know that there's only one left. This was probably my favorite award, and the reason is because I found out that his father was a soccer player and had taught him how to play and stuff like that, but this is actually his first year to ever play. Well, my favorite thing about coaching this year, for sure, was seeing the victory dances when the kids actually scored a goal. You know, they would score a goal and get so excited. Well, this kid in particular had the best victory dance consistently of everyone else. I remember, you know, one time we were doing a game, he went and scored a goal, and he turned around and said, "Goal!" and he ran for it and he slid on his knee. Another time he flew through. Every time he had a better and better victory dance. So for our best victory dance, of course, is going to our last one. There you go. So again, I want to thank you guys seriously for letting me do this, letting me coach your kids. I had a great time, and I really fell in love with your kids. So thank you for letting me do it. I've had a great time, and thank you. Come on, that's it. So have another cupcake.
There's plenty of cupcakes.